Okay, here are some equations to practice for your exam, your final exam. We've got here 6x minus 3 equals 18 plus 3x. We've got an x term there and an x term there. We've got a constant and a constant. We're going to pick a place for them. I'll put my x terms on this side, and I'll put my constants on this side. That's just helpful for organization. We got to collect our like terms. Pick a side. So we've already got 6x over here. That doesn't show up so well. We've already got 6x over here, and we're bringing 3x over. It was positive 3x. Now it'll be negative 3x. So 6x minus 3x is going to be 3. On the right side, we already had an 18, and we're bringing negative 3 over. Negative 3, as it crosses the equal sign, will turn into positive 3. 18 plus 3 will be 21. And if we have 3x equals 21 and we're looking for x, we can divide each side by the coefficient of x, the thing that's in the way, and 3 by 3 is 1, that's nice, and we get x is equal to 21 over 3, which our times table tell us is 7. So x is equal to 7. Remember, for all of these, it's a good idea to check. I won't be checking in this video just because it'll be long anyway, but to plug 7 back into here and into here to make sure that you do end up with a left side and a right-hand side that are actually the same as each other. Another example here, we'll do 3 times x minus 2 equals 2x plus 5. And for this one, we're going to distribute that 3 into the bracket first. We don't have to. There's another way around it, but this is the way that's going to be nicest this time, so we'll do that. The other way would have been to divide both sides by 3, but that turns this side messy, so I don't want to do that. Not that it's bad, just I don't want to. Here's a 3x and here's a 2x. I'll put them on the left side. I'm choosing my side based on which side has more x's. Just, it's simple. Means I don't have to play around with negative signs. Here's a constant, here's a constant. I'll put them over here. So on the right, left, I already had 3x. I'm going to bring 2x over. It's going to become negative. 3x minus 2x is just x. On the right side, I already had a 5. I'll bring 6 over. It was negative 6. It becomes positive. And we just get x equals 11. So x equals 11 would be the solution to this. Do a word problem here. One number is 22 less than another number. If their sum is negative 78, what are the numbers? So we got two numbers. I'm going to call one of them x and the other one 22 less than another number. Okay. X minus 22. Those are our two numbers, number A and number B. I don't know. And we know that if we take both of them, that number and that number, it says the sum is negative 78. The key here was writing them out as x and x minus 22, not as like x and y. I couldn't get anywhere if I have two different letter names. We don't have anything to do, any skills for that yet. So on this side, I'll collect the x's. X plus x is 2x. And on the right side, I already had negative 78. I'm going to move over negative 22. So negative 78 plus 22. And I'm just going to rewrite over here. 2x equals negative 78 plus 22, which is negative 56. Close to the end, I just need to divide both sides by 2. Remember, I need to do that because that x is not alone. It's being multiplied by 2. So negative 56 over 2 is what? Negative 28. So the two numbers are negative 28, and so that's x. And the other number, so number A and number B, I guess, A is negative 28, and B is negative 28 minus 22, which is negative 28 minus 22 is negative 50. So the numbers are negative 28 and negative 50. And we can just check negative 50 plus negative 28 is negative 78. That does meet our criteria here. Let's do a few more. Here we've got one with a bunch of decimals and other numbers. We've got 0.05 times 100 plus 10q equals 30 times q minus 5. Okay, this is just a number. There's no reason for me to leave it as anything other than the product here. 0.05 times 100 is 5. And this 30 definitely needs to be distributed to both terms inside there. So 30 times q is 30q, and 30 times negative 5 is negative 150. I've got 30 q's there and 10 q's there. I'm going to keep my q's on the right side, just there's more of them. And on the left side, I will put my constants, these guys. I already had a 5. I'll bring over negative 150, becomes positive 150. 5 plus 150 is 155. And on the right side, I already had a 30q. I'll bring over 10, was positive, becomes negative. And 30 minus 10 is 20. Almost there. Just remember we need to divide by 20 on each side because that q is not yet alone. That lets us cancel out the 20s. And 155 over 20 is 7 3/4. You could write 7.75. You could write 31 over 4. You could, I don't know, leave it as 155 over 20 in this unit. I don't really care. But it's 7 3/4. Next. Here we've got 4 times 2n minus 5 is greater than or equal. Hey, remember about inequalities? Is greater than or equal to 16 minus 3 times n plus 1. I got these two distributions that just need to be done right away. So on the left here, 4 times 2n is 8n, and 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. On the left, I had that 16, not going to do anything with it yet. And negative 3 times n is negative 3n, and negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. I'm going to collect my terms. I've got more n's over on the left, so I'll put my n's over there. And I've got a constant here, a constant there, a constant there. Those guys are all going to go on the right side. So on the left side, I had 8n already, and I'm bringing over negative 3n, which becomes positive 3n. So that's 11 n's. On the, what side is that? Right side, I already had 16 minus 3, and I'm bringing over negative 20, which becomes plus 20. So 16 minus 3 is 13. Add 20, you get 33. So 11n equals 33. We're almost there. We just need to divide by 11, divide by 11. That lets us cancel out everything that's not just n. And 33 over 11 is just 3. Last one for this video. We've got a half x minus 3/4 equals negative 3/8. Nothing tricky about this one, except that there's some fractions there that some people don't like. I've only got x terms on the left, so I'll leave them there. On the right, I've got negative 3/8, and I've got another constant over there. So I already have negative 3/8 on the right. I'm going to move negative 3/4 over. Remember, every time we cross the equal sign, we are flipping signs, so negative 3/4 becomes positive 3/4. So on the right, I've got negative 3/8, and I'm adding 3/4. 3/4 is twice as big as 3/8, so that takes us to 0, and back out the other side the same distance. We're at positive 3/8 when we add those two together. If you're not comfortable using your calculator to do fractions, you could always find a common denominator, which in this case would be 8, and you'd have negative 3 plus 6, which would get you 3. But at this point, please practice with your calculator. And on the left, we still have a half x. So a half times x, I'm putting in brackets to show that I want to get rid of that whole fraction. So on the left, I have a half divided by a half. I just have x. On the right, I have 3/8 divided by a half. 3/8 divided by 1/2 is the same as 3/8 times 2. No matter how you do it, it's going to be 3/4. If you gave up and changed things to decimals and got 0.75, no problems in this unit. But don't let fractions get to you. Okay, that's the end of this one for equations unit.